All right. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Before we get started with our practice today, let's just take a moment to release any tension we might feel through the body. Feet, shoulders width apart. Yep, you can shake it out, shake it down. Take a moment or just turn from the waist. Let those arms swing. Just finding that movement through the spine. So important for our health. This also translates to all the movements we work on in the form. So feeling that energy come from the legs, controlled by the waist, and then expressed in the hands and fingers. All right, taking that moment, playing around with the speed, so maybe moving a little bit faster or a little bit slower. 2 more nice deep breaths here. And then we'll ease off, so slowing down from that middle body, and then eventually coming back to center. All right, so we're gonna practice first, okay? So again, this is section 2 of the traditional Yang family long form. So we're gonna take a moment, again, if you're new, just watch. It takes about 4 minutes, I think, right now to practice this section. Okay, so we're gonna go from cross hands up until that turn body and chop with fist. So this is turning into a big chunk of the form, but we're really gonna focus in on parry, block, and punch today. So I'm gonna turn and face the other way so we can all practice together. So feet are shoulders width apart, starting in cross hands, right hand on the outside. Remember to relax your lower back. Okay, shifting to the right, turn for embrace tiger, return to the mountain. It looks like brush knee with a different meaning. And push out. Roll back, bicycle the arms, connect out, and then turn. Press. And push. Okay, fist under elbow. Nice circling of the arms, just like single width, except we're gonna push out to the side direction. Step to the corner, connecting, and then lift, punch, and touch with the left heel. Repulse monkey, open up that fist, use your shoulder and elbow to rotate, and then shifting back. Number 1. Number 2, remember, hand comes to the shoulder first, and then we push out. 3, rotate and step, and then everything arrives together. Diagonal flying, big circle. Step out and turn. Big arms here. Okay, raise hands and step forward. White crane spreads its wings. Left arm on top as you close and step. And then touch with the ball of the left foot. Brush knee. 2 half circles. Stepping out and push. Needle at the C bottom. Stepping in, drop your elbow, touch with the ball, and then fold from the hips. Fan through the back. Touch, step, and complete the movement. Okay, turn body, chop with fist. Protect your head, pressing down. Make a fist, chop, and push. Parry, block, and punch. Connect out, circle down. Parry to the side. Hold back your opponent and punch. Okay, grasping the bird's tail. Connect, rotate, open up that fist, bend the right arm underneath, and then hinge it up. Roll back, turning from your waist, and then press and push. Almost there. Coming into that balance section, single width. Big turning. Make that hook. Step wide enough and push. Okay, wave hands like clouds. Shift and turn to the right. 2 circles, turning to the left, stepping in. Stepping double wide for number 2. Shoulder width. Remember, turn from your waist. Last one, we'll step to the corner direction for single width. All right, high pat on horse, shift back, right hand to the shoulder, touch, turn from your waist. Okay, circle those arms. Bring the foot in as you cross, and then sweeping that right arm out. Turn from your waist to close the arms. Stand up, look, kick, bend the knee, and change your arms. Step down. Cross left arm on top as you sweep it out. Close the arms by turning your waist. Stand up, look, kick, keep the arms, but bend the knee. Left arm comes across. Left leg reaches. Turn. Sink down, bring that right arm inside. Stand up and kick. Bend the knee. Okay, brush knee. Look at your right palm. Swing that arm down as you step, clear, and push. One more time. Lift that left arm up and turn. Swing that arm down as you step, brush knee, and push. Punching down, lift the right arm up like brush knee. Both arms go to the right, making a fist. Brush, and then punching knee level. Lifting arms up. Last movement. Protect your head as you turn away from your screen and turn your fist facing down. Turn from your waist, relax that right foot. Chop out as you touch with your foot, and then push. Okay, how do we do? Woo, that is a big section now. All right, this is the meat of the form though. This is really, we're gonna start focusing in on that section from single whip through to our kick so we can really hone in on this balance section. All right, how do we feel about turn body and chop with fist as we do that turning away from our screen? Feeling good? All right, okay. So today we're gonna work on parry, block, and punch. So I'm gonna just demo for you one time. We can see it from the normal direction here, and then we're gonna break it down as always into our legs, waist, and arms, okay? So from chop with fist, and then we have that push. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna connect out with the center of our forearm as we shift back. Circle down, step, parry as you move that weight forward, block, and punch. Okay, so where does the magic happen, right? In slowing down our footwork so that we can get that balance work, okay? So starting from chop with fist, we have our right leg forward, okay? So we're here. Okay, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna shift your weight back into that left leg, and you're gonna turn from your waist. Okay, now you're gonna pick up and you're gonna step on one line, okay? You're gonna open up that right foot to the corner as you pour that weight in. Make sure when you're here, both feet are to the corner, knees are in line, and we have all of the weight in the right leg. Now, picking up, you're gonna step out wide enough, normal bow stand, and then pour that weight in 60% in the front. Okay? Feeling good? Let's do it a few times. So remember, I'm gonna face the screen for one moment. When we're doing this movement, we're starting in a bow stance. When we shift back, we have to make sure we're stepping with one line between our feet because it's a transition, okay? So we're just going to pour that weight in and then immediately step wide enough for a bow stance, okay? So if we're doing this movement and we're trying to step out in the same spot, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So make sure you step with one line between your feet. They're on both sides. Pour it in and then step out wide enough, okay? So let's do it again. From chop with fist, right leg is forward in a normal bow stance. Shift your weight back, turn from your waist to help pour that weight in. Pick up, step to the center line, open the right toes to the corner, pour that weight in. Then pick up, moving slowly, step wide enough for a bow stance, and then turn to straight. Yes, nice bow stances. Okay, so now with that waist turning being very apparent, bringing those arms up into our lovely hug a tree or body shape here. Okay, shifting back, we're gonna turn, pick up, step. Now, as you pour that weight, turn. Okay, we're gonna be straight when we have our weight in that foot. Now, as we continue to make our left foot empty, we're gonna continue turning and then step out. So we're to the corner. Now we're gonna turn back to straight. Okay, so I want for one moment to talk about the connection between our hips and our waist, okay? So as we're doing all of this movement, remember it's very important to keep our knees and our hips in line. So where does this waist turning come from? The middle body. So if we keep our torso straight and we turn to the corner, notice that the hips stay where they are. And we turn back and then we go to the corner. So finding this movement from our waist versus turning with our hips, okay? So turning with our hips or using that middle back to turn, okay? So this is what's going to be super important in this movement. So coming back into our bow stance, our arms are up. We did our chop with fist. Shifting back, turn from your waist. Okay, pick up. Step, center line, and then turning to straight. Keep turning from your waist. Step out, and then move forward and turn. Did it feel different? A little bit? Yes, okay, let's do it again. So right leg forward. Remember, as you shift back, the hips are still gonna stay open and your torso is gonna come to match it. Good, picking up. Step, one line, turning. The hips and torso are connected here because we're gonna keep turning to the corner. Now, hips stay where they are and torso goes back to straight. Nice, good final postures. All right, clear on the footwork? Okay, so this is kind of review, but we don't see this as often, so I feel like we can use a little bit of work on it, all right? So for the arm movements, okay? Remember the arms are very much about a figure eight, okay? So we're using the center of our forearm here, and we're gonna connect down to the side. Then we're gonna use the outside, and we're gonna connect out, okay? So we're making a figure eight, okay? So we're pressing down to the side, and then we're pressing out to the other side, okay? So we're thinking connect, and then connect and bring that hand to your hip, okay? So connect and connect, and we're just gonna keep circling, turn, turn. So now with the waist, turn to the left side and then turn to the right side. Yes, okay? This is very important, okay? The power of Tai Chi comes from the middle body connection. So through everything out to the hands and fingers, okay? So from our chop with fist position, we have our left hand here and our right hand is by our hip. The first thing you're going to do, just that right arm, we're going to connect out. So we're thinking with this portion here. Now use the elbow as you turn and you circle down. Nice. Now turn and connect out. Then bring that hand to your hip. Then punch to shoulder height. Beautiful. Okay. So again, hand on the hip. Okay. First thing, we're torso straight. Connect out and turn. Continue turning and circle. Turn back. Then open to the corner when the hands to your hip. And then punch, turning to straight. Beautiful. Yes, vertical fist. Always vertical. Watch with the fist here that we tuck the thumb in nicely. Okay. So whenever we make a fist, we want to make sure we roll our fingers in nice and tight, closing what we call the fist eye, and then we tuck the thumb over the first two. The goal here, despite that bad angle, was to have a nice flat surface to punch with, protecting our thumb and kind of hiding it here. Nice flat surface and nice solid fist eye, so not too loose, okay? Beautiful. There it is. That's awesome. Okay. So keeping that lovely fist shape here. All right. Connect out. Turning as you parry down. And what should this portion feel like? Brush knee. Okay. We have that beautiful ski slope of an arm here with that nice fist. Now parry out and keep going to the side as you turn and then punch. All right, easy enough, right? Okay, so hand to the hip one more time. Connect, turn, deflect down, parry out to the side, and then punch. All right, so now with that left arm, what's going to happen? As you connect out, you're going to rotate that left palm to the sky. Okay, fingertips point to the center of your forearm. Now, both arms are going to go down, circle together. Beautiful. Now, this should feel very familiar. Look, brush knee and push, parry, block, and punch. All right? Now, from here, keep a string connected to these arms and parry out. Now, hold back your opponent, pushing out. Now watch, this hand stays here, and then the punch comes to meet it. Okay? Yes. So one of the hardest parts of this movement is when we're holding someone back. Let me line up with the door frame here, okay? Our waist is turned and open, okay? So this hand here is holding someone back, and what happens is we're going to punch past that point. So it's kind of like this hand stays in three-dimensional space. So you see it lined up here, okay? It's going to stay there and you're going to punch through. And you're just going to be bending this arm as you turn your torso to straight, okay? So it's staying there. Yes, this is super important because the meaning. So remember, Tai Chi is Qigong, but with martial arts meaning, okay? So the meaning of this is against a right-left combination, okay? So you're going to parry that first one down, and then someone tries to come at you again, okay? Or left-right, I should say. So you parry down, then someone's coming again, you parry to the side, you're going to hold them back. This is that holding back, okay? You're keeping them away, and then you punch clear through, okay? So remember, the main difference from doing what we're doing, martial arts versus boxing, okay? Boxing is very small, right? It's very close in. The arms are very close. When we're doing our punching, we want full extension. We want that reach and that length, okay? So that comes from extending our arm, but it also comes from the turning of our torso, bringing that arm even further, right? And we see that through the left arm here being in three-dimensional space as we're open, and then it's staying in that same spot as we punch out, okay? Nice. Yes, that's it. Okay, so let's do this a couple of times, just the arms, and then we'll add in the legs, okay? So from that chop with fist, pushing out, right hand by your hip. Okay, our torso is square. Connecting out, we've started to turn our torso. So we hit this point here. What are we thinking? You've connected with the center of your forearm. You're parrying down to the side, looking away from your screen. Beautiful. Now connect out and your torso square. So this is where our weight's going to be in our transitional step. Now hold back your opponent. Torso's open to the corner, right hand to the hip, and then punch out. Feeling better? Yes. Okay, let's do it. So one more time. Now here's the crazy thing, right? Chop with fist is here. This is the transition too in parry, block, and punch. Okay, so have that hand out straight, right hand to the hip, connect out, bicycling those arms. Beautiful. Parry or deflect down to the side. Now parry to your right side. Keep going as you hold back or block, torso's open, and then square off and punch. Nice. Okay, do we have any questions? All right, now let's try and do it together. Remember, we're going to hit those Kodak moments or checkpoints so that we know where we should be. So chop with fist, the first checkpoint we hit is what? Chopping out and our weight in our back leg. Remember, we're going into a bow stance, but we're going to chop first, face level, right? Torso's where? Open to the corner. Why? Same meaning. We tried to chop, and then now we're going to expand out and reach further with that push. Beautiful. Now, we're going to bicycle the arms and connect out as you shift back. Okay, now most of that weight is in your back leg here. As you circle down, turn, pick up your right foot. Now step out. Okay, here's where I really want you to be aware. As you pour that weight in, make sure you're connecting out. Nice. Okay, next one, left arm and leg go together. So then we can punch. Yes, 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 yes. Let's do it again. We're going to do it slow quite a few times because the timing on this movement in particular is a little bit tricky. So starting with that chop. So remember, normal bow stance, weights in the back leg, you've chopped out. Okay, torso's open. So now you can square off your torso and push out. Okay, right arm comes up in front and then connects out as you sink back. Beautiful. Circle down, picking up the foot, then touch, parry out to the side and check. All that weight is here. Yes. Now left arm and leg go out together, and then we punch. Yes, 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 yes. When we're doing our punching, our left palm should point to the center of our forearm. Okay, that's going to be the alignment point. Okay, so from this direction as well. Okay, all right. Yes, let's do it again. Okay, so I'm going to switch things up for just a second. I want you to turn the other way so that you can see. Okay, so we're going to go the opposite direction for a moment. This is so that you can see the whole movement from the other side when we do that parry down, okay? So from chop with fist, okay? Chopping out, left hands to the shoulder, and then we push. Okay, this is the point I want you to see. Connecting out as you shift back. Okay, look at the torso direction. Then parry down as you pick up. Step, parry out to the side, hold back as you step out, and then punch. How did we do that time? A little bit easier to see the other circle? Okay, let's do one more time from that direction, okay? And then we'll get back to that normal direction. So chopping out. Remember, look, weight's in that back leg, chopping with the back of your hand, and then push. Okay, connecting out. So left palm rotates, right forearm connects out. Circle down. Step. Parry out to the side. Left arm and leg for the block. And then punch. Okay, how are we doing? Feeling like really solid on this one now? Yes, okay, that's it. This is a really good movement, okay? So let's do it from the normal direction. Chop with fist, okay? And push. Beautiful. So we're looking straight ahead, connect out. Following the arm that's doing the work, connecting down, looking to the side direction. Step. Now follow that right arm to the front. Staying looking to the front because it's our left palm now. And then we punch. Okay, nice. Very nice. Okay, one more time. All right, chop with fist. And then push. Okay, connect out as you shift back. Parry down to the side as you draw your right foot in. And then step. Parry out to the side, weight moves forward. Hold back or block as you step. And then weight moves forward, punch. Okay, don't move your footwork. I want you to check your legs. How did we do? Are we in a normal bow stance? So if you turn on your right heel, you still have those two lines between your feet. Yes, kind of. That's why I wanted to check, because the transitional footwork kind of will sometimes make us like a little bit narrow on our final bow stance, okay? So let's do it one more time, being aware of that really nice space. One thing we can always do is take painter's tape and stick it on our floors. It's really great for practicing our bow stance, okay? So from chop with fist, all right? And then push. Okay, deflect down, parry, block, and punch. Connect out, circle or deflect down, step, parry to the side. Now stepping wide enough as you block, and then punch. Better? Looks better. Looks solid. All right, do we feel confident with parry, block, and punch now? Because this is kind of a repeat movement, right? We've done this a couple of times. Do you have a question? All right. Let's include one little balance exercise or kick today. Okay, so this one's got a really easy transition. Okay, we've already done this kick. We're going to review our kicks quickly because we do have someone new with us today. So from our position here, what is the requirement for a kick? Okay, we're going to do our punch. We're just going to talk about our kick first. We're going to have the same transition of shifting back and opening up our left toes this time. Now we're going to pour all that weight in, but the difference is this time we're going to stand all the way up, okay? When we stand up, we want to really focus on our torso being completely straight and not leaning back at all, okay? We really want to be centered over our standing leg. We want to have our leg level if possible, more so balanced than anything else, so maybe you keep it low, pointing those toes down, okay? When we're doing this, I'm going to face you for one moment. Have the foot turned in. So we're protecting our groin area. So this, especially if you're lifting up really high, will cause your hips to go out of balance. We want the hips to be still level. So the higher you lift, the more important it is to have this leg tucked in towards the side direction, okay? Now we have two kinds of kicks. Right now we're going to be working with our heel kick. When we do our heel kick, at this point, we have our toe pointing down. The first thing we're going to do is lift our toes or curl them back and push out our heels so then we can kick, and we can just kick straight down, okay? We just want to make sure that when we're doing that kick, we're really pushing out with that heel of our foot. So it does not matter how high you are kicking. Kicking straight down, knee level is the meaning of most of these movements, or kicking clear out, okay? We just want to make sure that we show our heel, all right? So that's the big thing first. So the actual movement itself, I'm going to walk you through it one time, and then we'll practice and really break it down again. So from our parry, block, and punch, we're going to shift back and we're going to connect out. We're going to bring our arms together as we stand up, and then we're going to do a heel kick. Okay, so our movements are pretty simple. We just ran through the footwork, but let's really break it down. So from here, what we're going to do is that standard kind of step up where we're going to connect out. Okay, so you're going from here and you're thinking connect with that left arm, and what happens to your fist? It's sitting diagonal. Okay, so if I turn this way, okay, you can see that it's diagonal. It's not facing down, it's not out, it's diagonal, and the arms are rounded. Okay, then all you're going to do is you're going to open up that fist and you're going to bend that elbow to close the arm. Now remember, when we close, we really want the forearms to be touching, okay? Not the wrist, not too much, okay? Center of the forearms, and remember, arms are open, okay? The other thing to note is sometimes when we go to stand up, I'll see this, where your arms are kind of offset to your torso. We really want to make sure that everything is nice and centered and not kind of push to one side or the other. Does that make sense? Okay, that's one of the biggest things that I'll see with kicks. So we really want to make sure that, say, like our elbows and shoulders are in the same side. They're not pushed. So we're not feeling a tweaking here, okay? Now from here, remember that the arm that's on the outside is always going to be the kicking leg. So in this portion, it's the right arm. Now from here, we're going to make 2 rainbows as we rotate and then sit up the palms. Beautiful. Remember here, not too open. Try to relax the chest. Let them sink in. Okay, so it should be about 135 degrees. So if I have one hand straight to the camera, the other one's going to be to the back corner direction. Okay, so it doesn't matter which side it is. Okay, so essentially corner and corner. Does that make sense? So it's the difference of being here versus relaxing in here. Okay, so from our punch, if we just do that right arm, it's just going to sink down. Okay, so that right arm just sinks down. It's easier to see without the left. Okay, from here, pressing out and sinking down go together. Okay, now right arm comes on the outside, 2 rainbows, sit up the palms. Beautiful. Okay, so torso direction. Okay, we did our parry, block, and punch. When we shift back, we're going to turn, okay? We're going to be set up to that corner direction already, and we're just going to stay to that corner direction as we close and staying to the corner as we kick, okay? So the whole thing about the looking direction following the main arm movement is we're going to look as we're connecting, and then we're going to look to our kicking direction, and then we're going to kick. Okay? All right, now let's try to put it together. Okay, this is a fun one. Remember, if you're ever feeling wobbly, we can always touch. So I'm gonna modify and show you that right away. So from our parry, block, and punch, beautiful. We're going to shift back and connect out. So our point here is that our elbow and knee is in line, okay? Our torso is now square, okay? Right fist is diagonal, left arm is connected. Now we're gonna continue that turn, and we're going to stand up or just touch, okay? We're ready for our kick. If we're touching, we're gonna curl back and touch with the heel as we bring those arms out. Beautiful. And then we come back to touching, okay? So doing that modified version again, punching, left hand pointing to the center of your right forearm, shift enough weight back that you can open the left foot, pour that weight in. Okay, connecting out with that left arm, right fist is diagonal. Turning, stand up, and maybe touch, heel kick as you open, bend the knee, or touch with the toes. How do we do? So the arms stay open, okay? So the torso is going to be open, the right hand's going to be to straight, and the left hand is to the back corner, and they stay open here, okay? So I know what's slightly confusing is when we start learning the form and we get into those kicks, the first thing we learn is that we kick and we change our arms. That's the only time within the entire traditional long form that we kick and change the arms, okay? So I want you to keep that in mind. So from our punch, we're going to shift back and connect out and turn our fist diagonal. Pour that weight back in. So all that weight back in your left leg. Now keep pouring that weight in. Bring the right hand on the outside as you stand up. And then kick. Bend the knee. How are we doing? Looks good. Looks very good. Okay. This is exciting because we're like halfway through the kicks. So we're halfway through the balance section. This is a really good thing for core strength. It's a really good thing for our balance. So we're going to practice again from that punch. Parry, block, and punch. We're here. Okay. So connecting out, we shift back first and then pour that weight in. Open up that fist, bring that right arm down and connect. Stand up and kick. Bend the knee. How are we doing? Yes. Okay, remember when we do the kick, okay, when we're kicking, our front arm and leg are going to be going to the exact same direction, okay, even in that final end posture. So the right arm and right leg are going to go together. This is affected by our torso angle. So we want to make sure that our torso is open. This will also help our balance. So if you're trying to keep your knee in line with your foot direction and you're turning your torso, it's going to make the balance really, really hard. So make sure your torso is open, but then that arm and leg follow. So we're here and then we kick out. Yes, that's it. Beautiful. It's going to help with balance long term, okay? There was a movement that was in the end of the form called a cross-body kick that they used to do like this with the arms out to the side, but every single kick is now front arm matches the leg direction or the kicking direction, okay? So we want to make sure that we have everything right in line. Beautiful. Very nice. Love how level the arms were. That was awesome. All right. So from our punch, whoop, here, okay? First thing, shift back and then connect out. Okay, open up that fist, connect the arms and stand up. Now when you kick, arm and leg, same direction, bend the knee. Yes, 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 yes. Remember when we're pushing out, when we're doing these palms, the palms are still sitting up. So not too flat, okay? Sit them up still. Give me that beautiful meaning there. Reaching out, yes. Okay, now you ready to practice? We're gonna do from chop with fist, parry, block, and punch into our right heel kick, okay? So starting with our chop, give yourself enough room within your space. Chop, so remember weights in the back leg, knees are in line, right? We're using all those leg muscles, okay? And push. Okay, connect out, so connecting, circle down, pick up, step, parry out to the side, hold back your opponent, and then punch. Shift back, connect out, open up that fist as you stand up and connect the arms, and then kick, bend the knee. How did we do? Yes. Looks good. All right, let's do it again. So we're going to do it a few times, right? Because sometimes we can learn a new movement, but then we have to backtrack and add it to our sequence. So chopping out, beautiful bow stances here. Push, moving forward. Okay, shift back, connect out. Deflect down. Step, parry to the side. Bow stance as you block, and then punch. Shift back, connect out and pour that weight in. Open the fist, connecting the arms as you stand up and kick. Bend the knee. Yes. Great job. Okay. Ready? One more time. All right. So from chop with fist. Okay. Beautiful starting position here. Very nice. Okay. And push. Okay. Connect out as you shift back. Parry or deflect down. Step. Parry to the side. Hold back and block. And then punch. Okay. Connecting out. Bring that right hand up and stand up. Hold for 1 second. I want you to check, even if you put your foot down, how are your arms compared to your torso? Are we turned too much one way or the other, or are we in line and nice and relaxed? Okay. Now, kick, bend the knee. How do we do with the arms? I wanted to get you guys for a second. Yes, okay. Super important. We want to keep our shoulders where they belong at all times, right? We don't want to reach too far, kind of get things out of alignment, all right? Let's practice one more time before we close class from chop with fist into that right heel kick. All right, chopping out, beautiful, and push. Okay, connect out for parry, block, and punch. So deflect down, picking up, step, parry out to the side, hold back, blocking, and then punch. Shift back and open. Connect the arms as you stand up, and then kick and bend the knee. Awesome. Oh, great final postures. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys are doing so